Love is just being yourself and having the other person accept you.
To me, love is giving a part of yourself to somebody else.
We can share anything with one another. We're best friends first. We make each other laugh.
Love to me is complimentary.
Being together and sharing those kind of life experiences.
Just got a dog, puppy. I named him Link. He's 15 weeks old now, and he's part of our family, so we like to call him our son.
I think parenting has brought us closer together in our relationship.
You only get out of a relationship what you put into it.
That's what love is to me, is just being able to enjoy each other's company all the time. We never get sick of each other.
Well, sometimes.
She's a shoe hoarder, but she doesn't see it. Those kinds of things.
It's, you don't wring out the dish rag and leave it
Yeah.
at the bottom of the sink.
Yeah.
That's the thing that drives me crazy.
Raw meat and stick it at the very top of the fridge, and the blood is like leaking onto other foods.
I will wake up in the middle of the night and realize that I have this much of the blanket long ways on me.
It's gross.
And I'm like, oh, thanks.
He leaves the lights on, so I have to like constantly follow behind him and turn all the lights off.
We're like two old men. We have our routine.
It's quite boringly the same as traditional straight marriage.
Go to Middle Way, order our food, sit down, get our table, read the news press, each have a copy. It's just...
I mean, is it down to the raw meat on the counter, to the dirty socks on the floor.
We all pay our bills. We all have mortgages. We all have exactly the same thing. We're no different.
I was taking some headshots of a girl for this organization. She said to me, I love your engagement sessions. I was wondering, do you take pictures of all kinds of people? And I was like really puzzled. I was like, I think so. I'm pretty sure I take, what do you mean? And she's like, well, and she got really awkward too, and she was like, 2 girls, would you be okay with that? And I'm like, oh my gosh. My partner and me own the studio. We started it together. So we're definitely okay with 2 girls in a photo session. And she said that she felt like she needed to ask because she'd been turned away by 2 other photographers. And instantly I was like, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. That sounds terrible. So I had her change outfits in the bathroom, and while she was changing, I went and talked to Mitch. And I was like, I can't imagine like having such a beautiful relationship and having found that, and wanting to get pictures for whatever reason, and then being told, I'm not okay with what you're doing, so I won't take pictures of you.
I posted on Facebook, love is love. Who wants to come do sessions? And I made a little poster, and it really just said, like, love is love at the top. And I said that we wanted to shoot gay and lesbian couples in Anchorage.
My phone started exploding.
Right away, probably within the first hour, we had 5 couples sign up for it.
And everybody started asking all of a sudden, what is Love is Love? What's it about? What are you guys doing? And we really didn't have a clear idea at that point.
Then it started getting shared around Facebook and liked and commented on.
We knew we wanted to take pictures, but we didn't know what it would look like. So I was just telling people, I was like, we're pregnant. We don't know what it is yet.
So by the end of it, we got up to over 25 couples.
We had all these people calling and saying, like, I want to be a part of this. It sounds amazing.
And then it quickly expanded to people outside of Anchorage. We had a Fairbanks couple come down, and then we had a family from Bethel come down.
I think that if a photo is effective, it's a way to communicate. Art really is just a way to communicate. And so what I hope with my pictures is that I'm able to communicate something. And when it's something like a portrait or like a love story session, I'm hoping that we communicate who they are together. One thing we did with Love is Love is we put them in scenarios that they're regularly in. So we talk to them about what they do, who they are, how they relate, how they met, and we incorporated that into their session. But it really is just a means to an end, because then in those environments where they're comfortable, they kind of relax into themselves, and then you get something more than if you were to just shoot in a studio.
So for some sessions, we rode motorcycles. Another session, we watched zombie movies. Another one, we were out 4-wheeling out in near Girdwood. Another one, we were bow hunting. I mean, there were so many fun, different things. And I think what was so cool about the sessions is we were having so much fun. By the end of it, Shalman and I are like, we're We're going to go buy a kayak. We're going to go buy a four-wheeler. We need a bow and arrow.
We've met some fantastic couples. Like, a lot of them are people that I know we'll keep in touch with or be close friends with for life. They're just wonderful people. It's really been an enlightening experience.
Another thing we wanted to capture were couples that had kids or had families with them. So for one of the sessions, we had John and Doug out and their baby boy Marson.
To really capture this period was important because he's so new still in our lives, and we waited for such a long time for him to finally come around that it is really special and still special for us as we continue to grow as a family and get to know him more and more, and he becomes more and more part of our family. I know that there were quite a few of our photos that we saw that were just those moments that were captured that we may have not even been like really aware that the camera was going, but it just completely showed a moment, and it showed the love that all of us have for each other.
It just was so much fun to do these, especially going back to UAA. That was probably the best part because that's where we met.
Yeah.
And just going through the library, and that was just really fun to go back there.
Just memories.
And sort of recapture those memories. And so seeing that was cool. And they did such a good job of not, interfering, but still saying things like, hey guys, do this and that. And it was just, I don't know, it was authentic, and I really liked that. And the whole situation, the whole project, everything has just been really authentic, and that to me has meant the most and has been the most important thing. So
When I met Keegan, I remember looking across and watching him dance, and he was completely and utterly satisfied with being by himself, dancing by himself. And it was like, wow, okay, I know what I want.
I knew I was being watched, though.
So when we're doing this session, the whole time we knew that Keegan was going to pop the question.
Earlier in the week, my friend Bree asked me if I'd go ring shopping for her fiance. So we went back to the first store, and I'm like, that's the ring you should get, Keith. If you don't get it for Keith, take a picture and send it to Keegan, because when and if he does propose, I want this ring.
We get out there on the beach, and the sun is perfect, the lighting's perfect, we're all having a great time.
We shoot a few pictures, and then I said I was ready for dessert.
My heart's racing the whole time, like I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack on the beach.
He pulls out the box, and he's like, well, you know how you don't like surprises. He hands it to me, and I get the box, and my initial reaction is, why is Keith's wedding band in this box? He pops back with, will you marry me? I said yes, and that's how the session went.
And just to see how excited and how overjoyed Stephen was, it was really priceless. I want people to look at these pictures and see something that's out of their life, out of their experience, but that they can't, they can't dispute it because they look and it's so genuine that maybe they don't agree with the lifestyle, they don't agree with the politics of it, but they can at least see that someone is genuinely happy and fulfilled by being in this relationship.
I don't know, we just have a great time when we're around each other, so I get this for the rest of my life. Are you kidding me?
I love growing with her and just raising our family, and I really just can't live my life without her.
I don't know, I just see love as really, truly understanding and loving that person, with your whole heart and all your time and I don't know, be with him all the time. I don't know who he takes after. It's just kind of, I don't know, He gets
Not yet.
Yeah, he's stunningly good looking like me.
Yeah. It's those jeans.
Uh huh. Yeah. See, he doesn't like to sit still. He likes to climb me. I'm his jungle gym.
Jungle Jam.
Isn't that right?
Oops.
I
know. I know.
Is this sock clean? That'll work.